All right. Go!
This Parks.
Microphone check 1 2. What is this?
Parks on the boards.
Yes. Come on, where do we start? 20 minutes in. Let's start with something hip hop.
Well, we had a little change to the verses. We had a little last minute audible.
Joe called it last week.
Yeah, last minute audible. They brung in Gucci for Jeezy.
No, Gucci for T.I.
Yeah.
Well, I think Joe.
No,
they brought in Gucci.
They brought in Gucci to battle
you meant the
Jeezy
substitute.
in place of T.I.,
Yeah.
who was originally slated for this battle. Of course, when this news was announced, everybody posted it. It was a really big deal, and
I thought it was fake at
even
first.
even when I said it to y'all last week off mic, your reaction was, "That's not going to happen. That can't happen. How could it happen?"
And if it did, are they doing it in the same room like the rest of them?
Good question.
So they are doing it in the same room.
They are?
They will be in the same room.
Oh, that's a big deal.
This is important.
It is.
But we can go further. But this is important. It's important that we have this versus.
I would imagine they had a conversation before this was ever even posted.
Absolutely.
And then I thought that, and then Gucci's caption was, "Yo, tell Buddy." And after I saw Tell Buddy, I said, maybe they didn't have a conversation.
No, they definitely had a conversation because this is a real life.
When was the last time you said Tell Buddy and they was your buddy?
No, but I think that's part of it.
Only keeping Ian.
I think that's part of it. That's part of the theatrics. That's part of selling the verses. To make it seem like there's still a lot of tension between them, to still throw little subliminals like Tell Lil Buddy, calling him Snow Cone.
I'm positive there's tension between them still. Now, how they go about that tension, I'm sure it's a lot less.
Tension maybe, yeah, but I'm sure they had a conversation with each other before. They're not going to have their first conversation when we see them on camera.
And what did he call? He called him Snow Cone.
Yeah.
Buddy and Snow Cone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Jeezy fired back, make sure it's the real you and not the clone.
I didn't see that. That's pretty funny.
So they're both firing shots, and somehow I'm home and still afraid.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
It's going to be interesting. I didn't think this would happen. I didn't think they would be in the same room, but it's important that
And I'm glad that T.I. bowed out gracefully and gave the culture, help.
Did he give a reasoning?
Yeah, the reason was this is the one that it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
Gucci and Jeezy. They felt like the culture needed everything. Maul just said.
Yeah, this is just important for, if you know the history between these two.
Yeah. Wait, before we dig back into this, Rory brought up a hypothetical scenario that he saw. I
was going to wait till we were done with
No,
Gucci
let's
and Jeezy.
get in and get out of this one really quick. That said,
I saw a flyer that said T.I. versus Lil Wayne that, when I asked, had some legitimacy to it, and then they pulled it offline because it wasn't officially confirmed, but that's what they was trying to do.
Huh.
Say that again? They were trying to do what?
T.I. versus Lil Wayne.
Okay.
That was posted from someone like official? Someone? Oh.
yeah, but they be doing a little teasers
True.
about shit that's not confirmed, just throwing shit out there.
Not usually like a flyer, though. It's usually like
It was a
conversation
flyer.
on...
It was a flyer with a date in December.
That's Joe bag, though.
My bag? What you mean?
the leak.
No, because you had that's how your battle came about. That's how your verses came about with what's the gentleman's name? Battle rapper?
Hollow.
Hollow. It was just a picture of y'all standing face to face, and you posted it, and then a real battle came of that. But that before you posted that picture, it wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a thing that y'all had talked about.
Is T.I. taking Wayne in a 20 versus 20 battle?
There's no need for us to spend time on this. I just want a quick score from each of you so I know where the headspace is.
T.I. versus Wayne?
Yes. Give me your PC score.
PC score?
PC score
15-5.
18-2.
Rory.
Here's my PC
That
score.
can't be your PC score.
I could hear Benner texting Rory now. I could just hear it.
No, that can't be your PC score.
Your PC score is 18-2. Rory's trying to get us a deal somewhere. I'm fucking with him. I'm feeling him.
I'll say 5.
We won't be
14-6.
allowed at the Trap Museum, but
No. And T.I. shout out to T.I.
I'll say 14-6.
shout me out after you say 18-2.
Yeah.
I didn't say which
You
side.
say 14-6.
14-6.
Parks.
15-5.
I'm somewhere in between. What y'all
14
say.
and a half.
So 18-2.
13-7.
15.5, 16.4, somewhere around there.
Okay. All right.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Tell me it's 4.
Tell you T.I.'s 4?
Mm-hmm.
Is he going
Talking to
first
me?
or second?
Y'all, I'm talking to y'all.
When he goes second, he'll catch a couple.
It depends, man. Because Live Your
That
Life.
Live Your Life record is going to be a strong one.
Yeah.
Fancy, his Drake record is going to be a strong one.
Against all the options Wayne has with Drake.
Bring him out.
Hey, look, man.
You had the nerve to say fancy.
That's a record.
I love fancy.
Me too.
Fancy's
So
a
then
joint.
why is
That's
the
not
whole
an
room
auto
laughing
point
at
versus the guy that has
Lil
him on his
Wayne.
roster.
At no point did I say any of these are auto points.
I know.
I don't think there's an auto point for T.I. versus Wayne. I'm
No,
saying
Fancy is a joint. I
I'm
love
saying if Wayne gets out all 18 of his fucking haymakers, and then Live Your Life comes on,
18 haymakers.
and then Live Your Life comes on. Live Your Life is beating some of Wayne records. Now, just
If
depending
he's
on
going second,
depending on where it's played.
If he's going
if
second.
a Millie comes on, then what the fuck? My head's gonna explode. I'm gonna run around the house like, holy shit. I don't want no rapper to have to stand on the other side of Millie. I don't.
Yeah,
No.
tough.
I think Wayne could
A
only
Millie, you lose, nigga. Bye.
Wayne could only see he's in the Drake and Hove category for me with verses.
Yeah,
Those are the only people I think you should fuck with. Outside of the producers like Dre and that I'm just saying rappers.
obviously. Yeah.
All right, well, off of that one, back to Gucci and Jeezy. What do y'all have going on there? And then tell me why the culture needs this right now and how this couldn't be a better time.
I'm sorry. That's just fun. Go ahead.
And you never scooted over either.
I'm immature.
Niggas.
Tell me why this is what the culture needed right at
You
this
thought we were
time.
outside of the culture real quick.
I would,
That was the most formal bullshit I ever heard in my life.
Joe's an
Take it away,
autopilot.
Jinx.
I was so serious though,
I know.
Take it away, Jinx.
because Maul started with, "This is good. We need this right."
No,
All right,
no,
never
you were
mind.
right. It was just the way you said it.
Never mind.
I think that Jeezy is probably the favorite in this. I think he is. I think he has the more.
Yo, we are such a New York podcast.
No,
That's why I'm scared to
No,
answer
people
this
from
one.
the.
Yeah,
Can we call someone from Atlanta?
Now you want to have
no.
an Atlanta leg.
No, I mean no, but people from Atlanta have been saying the same thing.
Hey, Brandon just left Atlanta, but they're not in Atlanta.
They've been saying the same thing. Like Jeezy has
Did they
the
test
more.
for COVID.
He has more popular records. Like Gucci obviously is a street legend. He has records as well, but I think Jeezy's obviously just the bigger selling act. He has the more popular records, so I think it'll be. More importantly, the fact that they just in the same room doing this is the win.
That's the story. Yeah.
I'll put it this way. I think Jeezy will win the popular vote. Gucci may win
Absolutely.
the electoral college.
Nah.
Okay, I like how you put that.
Like I think
I like how you put that.
we did not live in Atlanta when Gucci's mixtape shit was completely running Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have the same view of this. We were up here where Jeezy records probably were playing a lot more because he was just bigger on a pop type rap space. But
I think Jeezy just has a lot of like cult classic records as well though, like street records.
They both do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And Jeezy's got some hits.
the same thing I said about T.I. and Jeezy, where I was like, all right, you could play your blurred line shit, but how's that gonna go against a TM 101 record?
Mm-hmm.
You can now say that with Jeezy playing a hit record versus Gucci playing some shit that is
that's more loved in the streets. Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds like a tough matchup to me for Gucci. I love Gucci, but
Yeah.
Jeezy just has big hit records that are not poppy either. Like
Yeah,
Either way,
I
you
don't
shouldn't come to us for this.
that's true.
yeah, but I don't even care about like the score.
Well, we're giving our New York opinion.
Well, yeah, that's where we're from. We can't help it. But I don't. To me, it's not even about the score, the record. Just the fact that they're doing this in the same room. I would love to just see the dialogue between them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these records have a lot of history in the streets in Atlanta. It's a lot of like lines and bars in a lot of their records.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be interesting to see them sit there and dissect that, and I'm hoping that we get like a real lengthy conversation between them two.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to what we were talking about last week with the OGs, talking about the violence that's happening with young artists. Like, who better to do it than these two?
Absolutely. So that's why to me, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah, this is today's version of we're all in the same gang,
yeah.
Yeah.
like in what it symbolizes. As far as this battle goes musically, I have Jeezy winning. Like Maul, I didn't really get into a score count in my head. I just have Jeezy winning if it's only about music. Now, all those intangible things that I think lead to a W, I kind of favor Gucci with. Gucci, I think, is probably a better A&R today than Jeezy is. So when you get into the placement...
They're both pretty good A&Rs, actually.
For sure, but Gucci has fathered
absolutely
all of modern day Atlanta.
I don't want to step on what you're saying, because yes, Jeezy is. Yeah. Gucci's has manifested in ways that...
I agree.
His placement of records, I think, will be kind of crazy. 1, 2, like I say before every one of these battles, that the big bro effect. Who big bros, who little bros who, or big bros who. Jeezy is a man, so I don't picture him that way, but anybody that has been little broed on the verses has been a man. I didn't picture them that way.
I think with their history, though, I don't know if there'll be any big bro, low bro energy.
Every time it's always there.
Yeah, but they're
in the subtlest of ways. In the
difference.
subtlest of ways, it's always there.
Yeah, you got to kind of be able to see it and dissect it yourself.
Yeah, they're men, so I don't think there's going to be anything overtly obvious or disrespectful, or I think they'll be very polite. Like you said, I think they've spoke before, been in the same place before. I think all that.
I don't know if they've. I don't think they've been in the same room yet. But I'm almost positive they've had a conversation. Like I'm willing to say that.
When T.I. had Jeezy on his podcast and they were discussing it, I don't think Jeezy had mentioned, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that they had a conversation or pieced anything up at that time.
I mean, that was a while ago, though.
A couple months.
It wasn't that long.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
In order for them to both agree to this, I'm pretty sure that they both had a conversation. They talked. I don't think they've been in the same room yet. If they have, great. But either way, I'm really looking forward to this because again, it's just the timing of it all.
Yeah,
is perfect. You know, just two men with a history of being in the streets in Atlanta and it being a beef between them and beef amongst crews.
And then the look is going to be important. See, just like you said, I don't know. Last few times I've seen Jeezy, he's kept it low. Him and just a few other people.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's part of growing as a man. You start to value what's important and what means. You know what I mean? Like we've watched the transformation of Gucci.
No, 1,000%. But if I needed to call fucking Dill to pop up tomorrow, he could.
Oh, absolutely. That's still but that's just man shit.
And that's shit that I don't know about, so I won't speak on it. But to me, that's important. Who shows up with Jeezy? Who shows up with Gucci? What is Gucci wearing? What is his wife wearing? Who has tricks like that? Look, the optic of it. All of that stuff plays a part in this.
Rick Ross.
Definitely played a factor. Yeah, man. So this is Thursday. I'm really excited about it.
Me too.
Does this have Atlanta divided? Like we talking just as
I'm hoping it's bringing Atlanta together.
Dudes and not divided seriously, like beef divided.
Atlanta seems pretty tough.
I'm talking about the fanfare. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
because Atlanta rides for Atlanta, and now it's Atlanta on Atlanta.
But that's what it's for, though. You have just like Nas and Jay is New York. You know what I mean? Like it was a divide between Nas fans and Jay fans during that time. So it's the same thing here. I think it's just a divide amongst the fans, but all in fun.
Yeah.
All in just, reminiscing and listening to records that were out at a time where you may have been in a different place in your life. Right. Reminiscing on some things. It's a celebration of how far both of these men have come, the transformations that both of them have made.
I'll cry if they get up there looking like who was that? Beanie Man and Elephant Man?
Oh yeah. No, if it's like that, then that's like Beanie Man and Bounty Killer.
Yeah. I always do that. I'm so sorry.
It's all
but yeah, if that type of camaraderie is on display,
yeah, that's huge. That's major.
I'll catch allergies.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that's major.
Because if you know the history of them two as well, that would be amazing to see.
But it just sends the right message at this time, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
agreed.
As much as I laughed at you, Joe, you were correct. This is what is needed right now.
Yeah, it's cool to grow old and be engaged and be married and have kids and have a family and pass the baton and put the younger generation on, create opportunities for the next up. Like that's the real cool shit.
And I think squash some old shit.
Yeah, and I think that's what both of these men represent in their city. It's like, we y'all know what we've been through, but this is what you should look forward to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being a family man and representing your family, and just if it's old beef, it's old bullshit, bury that shit, put it to the side, and everybody move on and be happy.
I really like where Jeezy sits today in terms of his new album coming. Cool. He got his talk show. He has a podcast surrounding the album. I like what's going on with him.
Yeah, for sure. And Gucci too. We've seen I don't even call it a rebrand. It was like a re-life when he got out of jail of just how positive he's been, healthy, minding his business, chilling. Like I've loved both of them getting older.
The evolution of them both.
They've been great examples of hip hop getting older.
Yeah, it looks good.
So them doing this together, I think is amazing. And shout out to Swizz and Tim for putting this together, because this one is much more important than I think a lot of people realize.
Agreed.
It's cool to grow old and classy.
Yeah.
I was watching 50 on the Breakfast Club this morning, and they asked, "All right, you see that Jeezy and Gucci getting together to do the verses, so does this mean like maybe you and Ja could squash it and maybe y'all could do verses?" No.
50's going 50.
No.
That no is going to be long term.
Nah.
That's a long standing.
That's
no.
till
Well,
death do 'em part.
we probably said the same thing about this one, so.
We did. Yeah, you can't predict the future.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I understand 50 saying that now.
Yeah.
But time,
Yeah.
over time, anything is possible. So